live.
Now it is. Is it on? Yeah, I think we're good to go. I want to make sure. I'm not on here though. What's up, everybody? I've missed you guys. It's good. I can't see you. It's not on my phone though. I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on one second. Let me update. Oh, where did he go?
How many people are on there?
We're just gonna do something here real quick. You guys start chatting amongst yourselves in the chat room there. Let me find something. It just went off my phone. Let's do this. There we go. Everybody doing all right out there? We're doing fine. I want to see who's all on the chat.
Use that.
10 minutes. That's what people call me, buddy. It's good to see everybody on here. Andrew is on the chat today, and I am going to be teaching, having some fun, and I got to turn myself down so it's not feeding back there, everybody. We'll give it a couple minutes, guys. If you notice how many subscribers we have, we topped the 300 mark, which you know what that means. Your whole world is about to change, guys. Your whole world, as you know it, is about to change. We are at 307, Keegan says. Andrew, do you have your microphone?
I don't know.
You don't. Andrew does not have a microphone. He is in the building, though. He is in the room, guys. He is prepping and preparing. He won't let me do it, but 307 subscribers means tonight, the Bearded Angel. I don't even know what we're going to call him anymore, guys. Give us some ideas in the chat room right now. What's going to be Andrew's new nickname? Because Smooth Angel doesn't, I don't like that. We need a baby-faced angel. We'll see. We'll see what he looks like when that beard's gone. I can honestly say I don't know if I've ever seen Andrew's chin.
You haven't.
Ever. I don't think, like, it's been shorter, but I don't think I've ever seen his whole face since I've known him. What if I don't recognize him anymore? What if he shows back up here and you guys are like, who's the new guy over here?
Charlotte Will's twin.
Yeah. The bald-headed baby. Well, we're not shaving his whole head. Robert Cheney. Rob's really looking forward to this. I am, but I'm also like, I'm worried. It's just not going to be the same.
See my massive double chin.
It's not going to be the same. I don't know. Everybody's very excited here. They're very excited.
I'm getting no sound. Is everybody else getting sound?
Can you guys hear me? Everybody can hear this, right? Because it's not coming up. The audio's not coming up on our side. Wait. Yeah, it's coming up on my phone. Okay, we're good. I guarantee at least one of his daughters will cry.
Oh, they already have.
At least one of them.
She already has.
Is your wife excited about it? Is she?
I mean, like, whatever.
Stephanie. He's not going to be the same man when he comes home, Stephanie. This kid, like, what if it's like Samson? Like, what if we shave his beard and he can't sing anymore or play the guitar? What if this was the source of his power? Drake's tuning in. Drake, I'm telling you, everybody, no one's seen him clean shaven. No one just think about, let your mind set on that for a moment, guys. None of you in this entire ministry have ever seen Andrew clean shaven. This is crazy. Who knows by the time this gets over, though? He can shave his beard now, and by the time you all see him again, there's already going to be a beard there. Because he's a man. He can grow a beard like that, guys. It's going to be right back.
Peter's going to lose his personality.
He's going to lose his personality. He might. Hey, I want to do a quick shout out. Anna Watson, I heard today is your birthday. I don't know if you've tuned in yet. I don't see you anywhere in the chat room here, but Anna, if it's your birthday. In fact, if everybody in the chat room, if you could just type happy birthday, Anna, that would be awesome for us. And there she is. Everybody give Anna a happy birthday, everybody. Give her a big happy birthday to Anna. There you go. Good job, Hannah. Ethan, her name is Anna, Ethan. Our high schoolers are trying. They're trying. Anna Watson, congratulations. Today is 13. Like, you're a real teenager now. Like a legit teenager, 13, and you're spending it at home just partying it up on a YouTube chat room. But hey, what better place than to surround yourself on your birthday in a chat room with, hundreds of people right here, and everybody is watching this. And so we've combined for your birthday, Anna. We're gonna shave Andrew's beard. This is all for your birthday. Happy 13th. That's right, Jamie. Royals, Cubs, Chiefs, Andrew's beard, everything. Life as we know it. Life as we know it. The world's upside down. No one knows. This is our whole world is just flipped upside down right now. So hey, we're gonna go get started here. We got about 82, it says, in here. We're gonna see if we can gather up a couple more. I would do announcements, but there's literally nothing to announce. So make sure if you guys haven't been joining us on our YouVersion app, we have been going through the book of the Bible, the New Testament in 90 days, right there. So if you haven't been doing that, go ahead. You can download that app and just type in the New Testament 90 days and get in on that. High school's a few days ahead of mid school, and it's been cool just seeing what you guys are reading, seeing what you guys are talking about. So make sure you check that out and join us this Wednesday. It's going to be beautiful out. Get your phone. You can watch us outside. We're just going to do another little Exodus mini. Make sure you follow us on Instagram because Andrew's been delivering those prizes. And I think Keegan asked, did he get a bag of ice?
Yeah, he wanted ice water, so I got him a bag.
Keegan got a nice bag of Sonic Ice for winning last week's game. Well done, Keegan. Well done. Actually, a bag of ice was a good idea. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
For your mama.
Drive-through Easter.
Yeah, hey, and don't forget, as of now, everything, we're still planning on doing a drive-in Easter service coming up next Sunday and Saturday night. So get everybody in your car and bring your family on up. You're going to stay inside your car, though. So use the bathroom before you leave. Get here, stay in your car, but you can at least, see other faces. You can't get out. There'll be no high-fiving, no hugging, none of that. But you can see people and see their faces, so that would be really cool. Just to, do. So check that out, guys. We'll still have Easter services, 1 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. What's Saturday night's service? That is at 6:30. 6:30 on Saturday night. Sunday morning, we're going to do 9 o'clock and 11, just to make sure everybody can get in and out of the parking lot. So we're just going to drive in like a drive-in movie. They're going to be up on the roof doing worship and teaching, and it's gonna be something. None of us know what it's gonna be like, but it'll be crazy. So here we go. Yes, as of we still have permission from the city. I know our whole state's going into a big statewide shutdown, but we still have permission to move forward, and if that changes, we'll let everybody know. So let's see this beard. Andrew, hey, there's no game tonight. You're all worried they're all winners or we're all losers because it depends on how you see it.
You're all going to be losers.
So we are going to, the game is, let's shave Andrew's beard, guys. The game is you guys won because you have over 300 subscribers, students. Guys, that's amazing, by the way. We didn't even have any YouTube presence a few weeks ago. And then we started doing online services because of all this. And then we jumped from there was 20 subscribers on there to over 300 in a couple weeks. That's pretty awesome. So, Andrew, we got to see this beautiful beard. Andrew and I are practicing social distancing. So we got 6 feet of distance here. What if I stand back here? Stay right there so I can just...
I'm very
the
Fu Manchu.
I'm social distancing, just getting one last touch on that beard.
It cracks me up every time I see work email Bullard.
All right, guys.
All right,
Jay.
It's been 20 years since I've done this. I don't even know. I'm kind of scared.
Don't be weird, Rob. That's going to be our next church shirt, by the way. Because we can't make beard baby shirts anymore. All right, you guys ready for this?
What do you want to go first?
Let's do it.
What do you want to go first? Sides?
Just go right down the middle.
Right here?
Yeah.
What if I did it from here?
Yeah, just right up there. Oh, I can't believe we're doing this. I'm so nervous. gonna clog up that thing. Yeah, just make it like two big four puffs right there. Like
You
big.
can't even see. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
gross! Yeah, keep going in the middle. Keep going in the middle. Don't shave that part off yet. Let's have some fun with this. You know,
Right there?
yeah. And now, let's just do like,
Heart. Oh.
just shave the sideburns off now. Let's give it like a giant,
Like a big Fu Manchu.
big old Fu Manchu there.
Ah.
There's his chin. His chin is seeing the light here.
I haven't seen my chin in 20 years. Literally, 20 years. It's been 20 years. Oh, that is disgusting.
Guys, if we can add another 43 subscribers right now, we'll stop it. If he gets to 350, if you get to 350 in the next 2 minutes, we'll just leave it as is with this giant Fu Manchu.
Oh, that is.
Oh my goodness!
This is strange.
Look at that.
I am not keeping the.
No, just do the other side.
No, I'm
don't
not
do that.
keeping that. That's.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just leave it like that. And then let's get the other side. Oh no, don't take all that off.
Oh yeah.
You want a big braided mustache there.
No. Lily cried before as I was leaving my house. Lily was like,
People are either like cracking up or very upset right now in the chat line. Addison is not happy with any of this. Are your kids watching this at home?
I doubt it.
Oh boy, Will, just peep on this, Will, because this is your future right here, buddy.
There you go. Should I keep the mustache at least?
Addison. Hey, first of all, Addison, don't get mad at me, all right? I did not do this. This was Andrew's challenge to you guys. The stash is really, really working. Oh my gosh, I don't even know this. I can't even imagine it.
I kind of want to keep the stash.
Adam over at Livingstone says keep the stash. Oh my goodness. I can't even follow this. There's no way we're going to be able to.
What is happening?
I'm not happy. Jade. All right, it's just so funny seeing it in person.
It's all Rob's fault.
No, this was Andrew's challenge, by the way.
Should I keep the mustache? Yeah, keep the stash at least.
Sam, who is that?
Don't.
Oh,
I can't believe I just did that.
he is going to need a new name. We're going to need a new name. The Stash Angel. The Mustache Angel. Guys, the back of my head is hurting from like laughing and smiling.
I look so much like my dad.
You do look like your dad right now.
Should I keep the mustache or get rid of it? What's the consensus?
People are just the
No.
Stashed Saint.
All right.
I like that. That is a good one, Caden.
All right.
That's good.
I think I'm gonna take it off.
Babyface Angel.
Huh.
Yeah, you gotta take the whole thing off.
All right, it's going. I'll do this half first.
Oh boy. And now the revealing of the upper lip. There it is.
Or lack thereof.
People are off, man.
I'll have it back before we're even back to
Yeah,
church.
guys, it'll be a beard again here as soon as you know it.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
All right. You guys did this to me, so thanks a lot.
That is awesome. We have a pile of it just laying on the floor right now. Don't get rid of that. All right, so hey.
Who thinks that Rob should have to put this on his face now?
No, get that filthy thing. Actually, it's probably extremely clean. He keeps that thing well manicured, oiled. All right, so Wednesday's winning prize is going to be a bag of Andrew's beard. all right? A bag of Andrew's beard. You could save it for, I can't even look at you right now. Save it for refuel, and that could be your team name. Bag of beard. And you could just like march it around, and if you want it refuel, you could glue it all over the spirit monkey. That would be awesome.
Reese is crying.
No! Don't say such things, Will. Yeah, he's gonna have to. Are you gonna go home and like actually like clean shave it?
Oh yeah.
He's gonna clean shave it. I had a big old razor blade. I was ready to razor blade, but he wouldn't let me touch him. We're practicing social distancing, guys. All right, we're trying to be very secure here. All right, this is great. All right, so we are going to be handing out the bag of beard for next Wednesday night's game, all right? We're going to go ahead and jump into some things here, guys. We're going to get started. I tried to grow a beard, guys. I went 2 weeks of all this, and it got so itchy, and I had to I shaved it off. I can't handle it. I'm just not a man. I'm just not a man like Andrew is with that. So we got... You guys can't see it, but I keep glancing over it, and there's a stranger sitting up here every time I look at him. I can't take it right now. It's so bizarre to me. Yeah, we'll bag it up. We'll sell it. We'll get rid of this. We could do it. That's a fundraiser right there. I don't know for what, because I don't know what's going on right now for anything. Man, let's change the subject here. This is gonna be a hard one. So let's change it over here. Somebody in the chat room, tell me one awesome thing that's happened this week. Give me one good thing. Let's not focus on anything terrible right now. Give me one thing. For anybody. It said we're buffering. Everybody just stopped talking all of a sudden.
Mine's going.
Is the chat still going? It just stopped.
Because nobody's saying anything.
Got your kitchen pants good? Good stuff. Man, that impact video, if you guys watched the church live this morning, that impact thing was awesome. AJ turned 11, you got nothing. Courtney started a new job. Cade's out there building a deck with his dad, just putting you to work out there. Good, James. Jay's leveling up. Putting in that grind, Jay. Keep putting in that grind on Fortnite.
Flip ran 5K.
Flip's just running miles. You know who else you're not going to recognize? Mid-school guys, you are not going to recognize Flip when he comes back here. Dude, this guy has just been running non-stop, man. He's getting smaller every time I see him. It's crazy. Adding another gecko, apparently. Good job, Addison. Good job.
Went outside for 3 minutes.
You went outside for 3 minutes? The entire week you went outside for 3 minutes? It was a pretty nice week, guy. You guys got to get outside a little bit longer. Keegan, I feel like you should correct that. I feel like you read multiple books in the entire week. I feel like you are a new book every 3 days type of fella. All right, hey, that's good.
Sorry, Lily just texted me and said, you look awful.
Oh, no. Lily just cyberbullied her dad. She just texted him and said, you look awful. He's going to go home to some very angry little girls there. It's going to be heated when he gets in his house. Well, hey, Kelsey, the coffee shop shouldn't still be open. That's crazy. Hey guys, let's. I want to jump into some stuff real quick because we're going to slightly change the subject here. I want you to follow along in the chat room, but respond to some of the things we're going to be talking about. So right after when we're done, we'll let you guys jump into your Zoom groups again, and hopefully there may be a few little hiccups. Zoom keeps changing things constantly, and so we're going to try to do it as smooth as we can, and we're going to try to post everybody's group and their ID all at one time that Andrew's going to post out there so that you're not looking around and see where your leader posted stuff. So we'll see how it works, all right? We'll see how it works. It's good, Keegan, but it's not essential. All right, so let me ask you guys a question. All right, we are going to kind of wrap up. We've been doing this whole thing like on fear, and a few weeks ago it seemed like a good thing to start, just kind of talking about like the world we're living in and all the crazy stuff that's going on. And it's kind of crazy, and sometimes it can be a little scary, especially as we're like really hitting. Like all the stuff that was they said was going to happen is all like really happening now. And even with the Missouri's ordering this like statewide shut in and shut down, and I don't even know what that's going to look like for everybody or how it's going to be different. For our seniors, man, guys, I hate this. It breaks my heart. Like we don't see our seniors. We only have like a few short like weeks left with you guys, and there's just been all this crazy stuff going on. And so we started our series on fear. A couple weeks ago. We're just going to wrap up today, and we'll start something brand new next week. But I want to ask you guys this question. We're kind of talking about this idea of fear, and the main idea behind this is sometimes fear can hold us back. And so here's my question for you guys in the chat room. I want you guys to follow along with me here, and let me ask you this: has there ever been something that you wanted to do, but you were afraid to, and so you kind of chickened out? Go ahead and like respond in the chat room right now. Has there ever been something that you really wanted to do, but it was like too scary, or you were afraid to do, and so you chickened out on it? Maybe like when you were younger. Maybe it's been something more recent. So be honest about it. Be honest. Don't just write yes. Sorry. Write what it was real fast. Like write something real quick, like what it was. And so give me something every. I'm afraid to grow a mustache. That's a good one too there, Caden. What is something that you've been afraid to do, and so you just back out every time? Or something that you were like scared to do at first, and you chickened out, and then maybe you went back and you did it? What's been something? Roller coasters. Used to be terrified of roller coaster. Talking to someone you haven't talked to. Amusement parks. Yeah. Maybe you got scared and like you stood in line forever with your dad at the amusement park, and then right as you got ready to step onto that ride, your dad got in and you walked away and left him just ride a roller coaster by himself, looking like a weirdo. That's always a good one. That was personal on me. Asking your parents anything. A lot of you guys said roller coasters, which was funny because that was my first thought. At Worlds of Fun, there used to be a roller coaster called Orient Express there. And it was the only roller coaster they had at first that like big loops. And at the time, it was like a really big roller coaster. They've torn it down and they've put other stuff over there now. But that was the first roller coaster like I got in line, stood in line forever with, and got up there, and they used to have a big chicken exit. It was literally like a big giant of a chicken, and it said chicken exit, and it was like a chicken crying, and you had to like go out that door if you got scared. And I got right up to the line with my brother. I was like, nope, and I just ran for it. And that was, I didn't get scared of that, but I came back and I rode that thing. I rode that thing and did it. So a lot of you guys kind of had that same stuff. A lot of it deals with heights. It deals with heights on that, which is kind of crazy. Fear has a way of holding us back. There was a time, so roller coasters worked out for a lot of you guys. There was a time when I first went to intern at a church down in Albuquerque, the church that I ended up like working at as youth pastor. I started there as an intern in college, and they would do these big videos and stuff and post them out. We'd use these videos for teaching, just like what we do. And we were doing a show called, we were doing Fear Factor or The Amazing Race, one of those type of shows. And we were going to do something where we're going to rappel off of our church. And the church building that we were at was a really big church, and it was like a really, really tall church. And so we got up to the roof of it. And again, remember, this is just me, and there was 4 full-time youth pastors. So there's 4 of us, and we got a bunch of people's rappelling gear out of a guy we knew. And so we were like, how hard could it be? And so there was 4 other youth pastors, and then there was 4 interns. And they were like, we're just going to send one of the interns over the building, and you're going to rappel down it as fast as you can, and we'll see how fast you can go. We're going to time you. And they decided, they were like, all right, we'll do Rob. And I was afraid of heights at the time. I still don't love them, but I tolerate them. And I just thought, there's no way I'm rappelling over this building. But I really loved working at this place, and I didn't want to let these youth pastors down. And I didn't want them to let them know I was afraid. So here's what I did. I went to the bathroom, and I hid in a stall, and I didn't come out. One of the interns came in. He's like, Rob, you're supposed to come out, man. They need you out there. They're going to film this video. And I didn't know what else to tell them. I was so scared of rappelling down the side of this building because it was super high. And I just said, I can't come out. And they're like, what do you mean you can't come out? And I said, I can't come out there, man. And I was interning with one of my really close friends, Adam. And I said, dude, there's no way I can do this. I'm way too scared. I can't even get near the edge of that building. What do you want me to tell them, Rob? Like, you just started here. This is like, and I said, tell them I have diarrhea. No joking. I said, they can't argue with that. It's like it's the one excuse no one can argue about. And he's like, you want me to tell them what? I said, tell them I have diarrhea. I can't come out there. And so he goes back up there like, Rob can't rappel over this building because he's got diarrhea. And so the other pastors, my bosses, were like, okay, well, let's get another intern. And so they picked this girl, and her name was Chrissy. And they put the rappelling gear on her, and they're like, all right, you're just gonna jump over the side, and we'll lower you down. Okay, again, they were just 4 youth pastors that have never been rappelling, though. The guys were my bosses. They put her in the rappelling thing, and they lower her over, and she flips upside down, and she doesn't know what to do. So she's screaming the whole time. So they lower her all the way down with this rope, upside down, all the way to the bottom. No joke, this isn't a lie. They recorded the whole thing. They couldn't use it, though, for church because they were like, we could get in trouble for this. But the guy that did all the editing, he sent it into America's Funniest Videos. They ended up winning $2,000 for it. But I just thought if that would have been me going over the side of that building, no way. And so after they did that, they're like, get all the rappel gear up, we're out of here. I'm not proud of that moment, but fear has a way of making you do some pretty crazy things sometimes, and it can really hold you back. Now, that was one of those instances where fear was probably a good, here's 4 guys that have no idea what they're doing. I'm going to trust my instincts on that. But sometimes fear can hold us back from things that we should do. See, that was a smart thing that fear kind of held me back. But there was another time in high school where I was in the student ministry, and I didn't know a lot of people. I was kind of getting to know people, and it was a pretty big student ministry. And a leader said, hey, Rob, I want you to share your testimony. Because I grew up in an area that was a little bit different than the church I was going to. And they're like, we just want you to share your testimony on church. I was afraid to death of crowds and being on stage. I was kind of an introvert through high school up until that point. And I said, there's no way I can do that. There's no way. And some of you have heard me say this. And that guy, the leader, said, I'm not really asking you. I'm kind of telling you. You need to do this. We need to hear from you. And I was scared to death of ever going on a stage. I got up there and I shared my testimony. The youth pastor came to me afterwards and said, that was amazing. I really think you are going to be speaking more on stage. That moment, I had a choice. Do I let fear hold me back? Or do I do something that I know I'm called to do? Do I do something that I really think God's probably wants me to do this, but I'm scared to death of? If I had chosen fear to hold me back, it could have changed my whole life. But that was the first time I ever got in front of anybody and spoke and shared what God was doing in my life and had someone come up to me afterwards and affirm it. From that day on, they had me coming up, and I started kind of leading more, doing more on stage. It changed my entire life on what God called me to do. So students, today I want you guys just to think about, how does fear hold us back? You can look through a lot of scripture, and there's different men and women in the Bible have these opportunities that God was putting before them. And their first response was fear. And I'm just going to take just 3 real quick to look at before you guys go to your Zoom groups. When you look at Moses, when God called Moses and said, hey, the Hebrew people, the Israelites, they weren't Israelites yet, they're Hebrew people. They are slaves, and I'm going to set them free. They are going to become a great nation, and Moses, you are going to go to Pharaoh and lead them. Moses' first response was not like, yes, let's go do this. I'm in it. His first response was, no way. And in fact, he goes over in Exodus chapter 3, and this kind of repeats itself quite a few times. His first response was to God, in Exodus 3:11. You can follow along. Right, there we go. His first response was said, Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? And Moses started making excuses. Not because he was like, no, God, I'm not that good. It was out of fear. He was scared, and rightfully so. That was a huge thing. He's just going to go ask Pharaoh, hey, free all your slaves of the most powerful empire in the known world at the time. Just release all your slaves. Everything that this civilization's backed on, you're going to release them. Moses was like, he's going to kill me. But God said, no, you're going to do it. And Moses continued to make excuse after excuse after excuse. And God said, well, I got an answer for all of those things. And Moses eventually followed after what God said, and some amazing stuff happened. You can jump all the way up to New Testament. Yeah, Peter, where Peter at first is really brave, and he talks a big game. And when Peter and Jesus and these disciples were meeting, in Matthew chapter 26, Peter says, I'm going to go with you anywhere. And Jesus says, look, I'm telling you, this very night before the rooster crows, you're going to disown me 3 times. But Peter declared, even if I have to die with you, I'll never disown you. And all the other disciples said the same thing, but we know what happened to Peter. Once Jesus was arrested, Peter acted in fear. And what's fear do sometimes? It makes you hide. It makes you run away. And so Peter backed away. He backed away into the shadows. He backed away into the crowds. He backed away and denied who Jesus was. He was telling people, I don't know who that man is. Fear pushed Peter away. But Peter turned from that fear. And Peter then responded and said, I can't do this. I have to let people know that I believe in Christ. And eventually Peter would become one of the greatest leaders in the early church. And in fact, at one point, he was arrested, and they're like, you have to stop. And Peter said, what do you want me to do? I have to talk about this. See, Peter hid from his fear at first, but then overcame it and turned from those ways. A really cool story, we don't talk about it enough, and we could probably do an entire sermon off of this, was a guy named Ananias. In Acts chapter 9, we have Saul, who was going around arresting Christians and throwing them in jail and even murdering some of them. And God comes to Ananias in this dream, and he says, I need you. In Acts chapter 9, verse 10, he says, the Lord calls him and says, Ananias, you're going to go to this house of Judas. And he even gives him the street names, like it's on Straight Street. And ask for a man from Tarsus named Saul. And he's praying in there. And he's like, Ananias, you're going to go talk to this guy. You're going to be the first believer to interact with Saul because I've changed his life. And Ananias is like, nope, I ain't doing that. Because Ananias, he's responding in his prayer, this prayer he's having with God. He's like, God, this man has done terrible things to people. In fact, he came here. He's on his way right now to hurt people. So rightfully so, he's a little scared here. In verse 15, though, God says, look, this man has chosen my instrument. He's my chosen instrument to proclaim my name to the Gentiles and their kings and the people of Israel. And God tells Ananias, look, I'm going to do something with Paul, but I need you to go first to him. A really scary moment for Ananias. Do I trust in what God's telling me? Do I allow fear to hold me back? See, students, right now, we can allow fear. Fear has its good place sometimes, all right? Sometimes fear is a healthy thing. Like, if Andrew and I, well, Andrew you could probably trust, but like if I just threw a rope and was like, hey, I'm going to repel you down the side of this building, it's okay to hide in the bathroom and be like, I got diarrhea, I ain't coming out. That's where fear would be like a healthy thing to hide from. But there's also times where maybe God's doing something in our lives, or maybe we're reacting in an unhealthy manner to circumstances because we're kind of scared of what's going on. Even right now, like I found myself over last week we had to do a little bit of isolation in our home just to make sure and clear up some things, and everybody's good, fine, totally normal, but there was a few days where it was just weird. and everybody was kind of separate, and you just kind of withdraw to yourself because you're like, I don't really know what's going on, and you kind of like, you can just pull back, and it gets kind of tough. And maybe you've experienced that over the past couple of weeks where, you've been at home and you don't really know what's going on, and you find yourself just pulling back away. Maybe you find yourself like hiding in your room more and more, just staring at a screen more and more, and not really interacting with other people. Fear can hold you back. And students, I just want to say, even during this time right now where things are uncertain, don't be held back. If God is calling you to do something, do it. Like maybe there's something you've experienced and you're like, man, I want to share my testimony with what God's been doing with me. Maybe we can record a video and we can show that on our YouTube channel, or allow you still a chance to speak into the lives of other people. Maybe it's just a simple like, man, I want to invite a friend to come watch this, even just like some of our live teaching on Wednesday or on a Sunday night, but like, I don't really know what to say. Like, what do I do? Maybe it's just sitting the invite, but you've been holding back because you're like, it's scary and I really don't know what to do right now. And so I want to encourage you right now. Whatever it is, don't let this stuff, we have to be smart right now, but don't let it hold you back from growing closer with God. Don't let it hold you back from still reaching out and having some sort of interaction with other friends and inviting people. You can still invite people to join us online, join us live. I just heard a really cool story from a youth pastor where they said, hey, I had a student who invited someone else to come check out our live teaching, and they accepted Christ that night. And so in a Zoom room, it was the students and the youth leader, and they were just walking this person through that and praying. They were like, as soon as we're all back together, this kid's going to get baptized. And then he was like doing some chat with their parents and stuff. Really cool thing, but someone invited them to come to church, but church just looks different right now. So let's not allow fear to hold us back from doing the things God still called us to do. You're still a believer. God's still got stuff on your heart. You can still be used. God do it 6 feet away from people, but you can still be used in different, unique ways. So whatever God's put on your heart lately, follow through with that. Don't worry about hiding. Let's kind of keep moving and doing things that are cool. So, hey, that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to pray real quick, and then we're going to kind of talk about what we're going to do, okay? God, thank you so much. I didn't even know right now, like it's super awkward when we're praying and everybody's at their house, and they're like, do I close my eyes when I'm at home? Yeah, we can all pray real quick. And so, God, I know fear can kind of hold us back, and the unknown of things holds us back sometimes from kind of acting like we normally would. Even just socially interacting with our family and other friends, we can very easily, for some of us, just kind of withdraw. And I pray we don't right now. That we can still be bold with who we are. We can still grow closer with you. We can still move forward with our relationships. It just looks different right now. And so, God, I just pray that you give us courage and boldness on just during these times, just to continue to look forward to every day and just try to find something fun with what we got, and still use this as an opportunity to reach out to other people, to still be bold in our faith in what we're doing, Lord. Amen. Hey, guys, very cool. Love having you guys here. It's just it's just different. And we miss you guys. Students, I just missed being here with Andrew and with teaching and stuff the past couple of weeks. It's been tough on everybody, for you guys too. And man, we missed you guys so much like crazy. And so please do. If there's been some of you that you're at your house right now, maybe this time has been a really growing period for you, and you're like, hey, I want to share that. We can still do testimony and stuff. Some couple of you seniors, we'd love to hear from you and post some of that stuff on our YouTube channel. So let us know. Just film it with your phone. Send it to us. We'll take care of it from there. So we're still here, guys. We're still moving forward, all right? So can they read that? Are you going to post that in the chat too?
Yeah, but it's all kind of.
So if you can see here, guys, what we've done is we have posted every guy and girl group with their ID number. So this way you can jump right into their groups. And so 11th grade.
Well, I'm going to have to do them individually because I won't need to do a big.
Can you see that on the screen? Is it big enough?
Probably not.
Yeah, they can't see it. Will it let you pop it all in there? Or no?
It won't. I'm doing 3. I'll just have to do 1 at a time.
Okay. What if I want to do that? It's all in camera angle.
Yeah, that's all right. No.
We can scoot up everything closer. It'd probably be easier to do. Look at this guy. I don't know about that glare though.
Yeah, I'll get rid of the glare. Can they see that?
What about now, guys? Can you guys see it now? Is that better?
Here, I'll just do.
Is it refocusing? It's trying to focus itself there.
Here, I'm just gonna do every group individually.
Yeah, they still can. It's like a little bit blurry there.
I think the. I'm just doing every group individually.
We're trying. We thought we had to figure it out, but still didn't quite. Well, if you put it in there, you can just hit return. Oh, don't look at that. All right. Guys, let it, leaders, just let Andrew put them all in there. That way they can just look at those and make it a little bit easier.
Getting them slowly.
All right, so while we're doing that, it's coming up with saying the password. Leaders, you might need to check password stuff. Zoom kind of changed stuff at the last minute, so we thought we had it all figured out. Now it's.
I said.
Some need passwords, some don't.
All right, all of them are in.
So those are all the IDs. So leaders, you might have to. Now they're all asking for passwords. So students, look real fast. Leaders are posting your passwords now.
How crazy is that? I still haven't seen myself.
Well, I think we've all learned a few good things today. All right, guys. Zoom keeps changing everything on us at the last minute, and we're trying to figure all that out. We got a new person in student ministry. His name's Andrew. We don't know what else to call him yet, but we'll get there. He's starting to grow on me already. And a good excuse is always bathroom problems. No one ever questions that, like ever. They just kind of look the other way. And we're gonna bag up all this beard hair every time I look over. And we'll get it out to you guys. Did Flip,
Dwayne asked, is he supposed to allow people he doesn't know?
yeah. Because he can kick them out. Leaders, if you ever get any strangers in your group chat or in your Zoom room, in like a 28-year-old guy ends up in 7th grade girl room, you can kick them out. It's okay. That's allowed. So seniors, some of the seniors are saying the host is going to let you in. So make sure you're... Oh, the new guy's trying to kill me.
Oh, that bowl just broke. Now we all have mercury all over us.
Oh. Guys, without his beard, he's off balance. It's like when a cat loses its whiskers. He's just fumbling around over here.
All right, everybody in?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
The beard was the angel part. He shaved it all off, and he just tried to murder me with a light.
I'm gonna be like Wilson now from Home Improvement.
It's like Phantom of the Opera, dropping stuff on me.
What just happened? I don't know what just happened.
I don't know. I think he took away my microphone, though.
Ooh,
Andrew's trying to kill me now.
okay, are we done?
I don't know. Let me see what do we got? Is everybody in? How we doing, guys? Keep talking with me until we get through. We'll talk you through this. We're down a light. Lee, if you're still watching, don't worry about that. The chat kind of just stopped, so I think we're... Dwayne or Rhonda or Jennifer or Tim, some of the seniors say they're still out there. Menace, did you get in? How are we here? We got one person saying nope. Any of the 6th grade girls, 8th grade guys are good. They're getting in there now. Somebody let... Sixth grade guys, all right. I think we got everybody. Any students, if you're having problems getting in, go ahead and post something out there right now. Let us know. Make sure we get everybody. Before we end our live stream. What? I don't know. We'll see. I seriously can't take it. I hear Andrew's voice and I look over, but I don't see him. I can see half of him.
I'm a shell of a man.
It's just not. I regret this instantly right now. If we're gonna have him grow that thing back. If we get to 600 subscribers, I'll shave my head. How about that? I'll shave.
I shaved my head before I came.
Just all shave. Woo! They got to see the whole thing. Why? There's only 35 of them on here now. At this point, we're all just chit-chatting. Is there anybody not in there still? Is everybody good? For those of you that hung out for the post credits,
I'm gonna double check.
look at this guy. No. They all disappeared.
Sweet.
Well, I think we got everybody now.
Drake, I'll just FaceTime you.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut her down. I'm going to bag up this angel here and call it a day. We'll leave we'll let it keep going since some of our leaders are still trying to see where everybody went. So see you guys. We'll be back Wednesday. Have a great couple days. We're bringing these back because we can't high five anymore. See ya.